Thank you. Oh, it's pretty boring. It's too cold to really do anything, so maybe I'll have to celebrate it next week. I was doing a lot of research though, so that's positive, and I got a lot of work to get done. Everybody who ordered an email reading, I will have those to you soon. And I know I got at least 2 people. One person, I did his PDF and his course, and it was like 7 pages and it basically deleted. So I have to redo his. And then Tonya, I have a course for you. So thank you. Your package should be there Wednesday. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, and thanks to everyone who sent me like products and oils and all this cool stuff for my birthday. Hey, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, I just took a shower. I had to wear 3 layers of clothes because it's so cold. I have 2 pairs of pants on. I have this Shiva shirt. I did burn a candle today to change the weather here, though. I might have to do another one. I think I'm going to have to do a crazier ritual. We're going to talk about some interesting stuff. I did do a nice meditation today. Thank you guys. And I left my Cash App. Thank you to, man, I forgot who it was, but somebody just left me a nice little tip or like a donation for my birthday. And just thank you so much. I don't know. I have no desire to drink right now. I have work to get done. I have things to do. I've been kind of slacking today. And some people are mad at me, so. You know, I don't like to be behind on work, but I need a break sometimes. But it gets to be a lot. That was you? Yes, it was you. Thank you. Oh no, that was you and somebody else left me one. Yeah, it was 2 of you. Thank you. Well, if I get a drink, I'll take what you said. Well, what you sent me, I went and I got me a catfish po' boy and some french fries, girl. As per usual, we are going to bring up the energy. I don't have my rum next to me. Hold up. I got it right here. Because we're going to spit 4 ways. Oh, shit. I'm feeling like this Jim Beam, even though it's kind of almost out. They want the cheap shit today. All right, we're going to spit 4 ways. The ancestors. Woo, it was like a shower. They gonna drink up. Bet you it'll be dry by the time we're done. So I'm gonna call in the 4 winds. I'm gonna call in the Great Mother. I'm gonna call for divine alignment and protection during this broadcast. Thank you. And if you guys would take a couple breaths with me. Let's take a couple breaths. Let's get this stream in alignment. A lot going on in the world, so in and out. Maybe we'll hit a couple ahms or ohms. I think I'm going to go back and forth because the ohm is masculine and the aum is feminine. So we're going to go aum. I want you guys to get comfortable and do it with me. Don't be scared. No, but you can definitely hit me up for your personal course. Expect it within 2 weeks, okay? The courses, people don't understand that even when I do my email readings, I can take 4 to 5 hours on breaking down one reading. So I'll have to take breaks in between. They take longer than doing a regular reading. Even though they're just tarot, I just go deep. Whenever I'm writing, I really take my time. I really get the channels, and make sure that you're getting the most accurate information that you can receive. So, and it's a bargain because it's only $40 for the email readings, and you're getting something that you can come back to and really ground, which is why I started doing them. And sometimes the face-on-face is a lot for me. The energy work can be a lot for me. I guess I'm just like in a little hermit mode, but And I want to start working on this course this week and get back on Patreon and really be consistent there as well. So we're going to start with the Om, and then we're going to go Aum. So just to call in the masculine and feminine energies, creating alignment. We're going to call in those frequencies. Whoever's cursing me out in their head, get the fuck off my stream. I can hear you. And when you do the I want you guys to take the tongue, connect it to the roof of your mouth, because that shakes up your pineal gland, you know, so you don't end up having a calcified pineal gland. This is how you exercise it. So let's keep going with this meditation really quick. And this is just going to help you align and balance yourself within yourself. This is aligning and balancing your masculine and feminine energies. So we're going to start with the again. We'll do a couple more and then we'll get started. And this is for alignment. It's, I don't know, I don't use prayer hands. Sometimes it's to bring energy down. I'm connecting up. A lot of you should feel some really nice vibrations. I was getting into a state of pure bliss there. I was like, let me stop before I just keep going, because I can do it for like an hour if it feels that good. Heart is open and centered. And then breathe out, open your heart, knowing that you are safe right now. Nice big breath into the diaphragm, making your belly really big. And then release, right? I actually feel really good with this one. I almost feel like I want to make up I might have to make up a mudra. Let's see what my fingers want to do. My fingers want to do this. That's the mudra today, huh? Let me take a look at that. Right? And we can go bring them down. And this is to just get us all aligned and all centered. I think after these times we're having, it's just really good to just breathe and ground in the body. You know, getting us all relaxed and all in alignment and all in a state of joy together as we come together. And I just want to send love and honor to all of our collective ancestors, to all of our collective spirit guides, to all of our collective higher selves. And I just want to decree at this time that anything that is not of us leaves now. Everyone that's on here, release any energies that are not of you, any attachments, any implants, anything that you feel within yourself. Just breathe in, hold it. Allow the energy to collect all the negative energy. Collect it at one point. release. Ah, that was so fun, huh? I know, I saw that you booked one. I can't wait. I can't wait. Heavy proof. Yeah, and then we gave our ancestors and everything so a little alcohol. We gave some stuff to the four winds. So we're doing good. So I wanted to do this video yesterday, but I figured I would do it, I don't know, I was just ready to do it today. I have to force myself to do things because when it's cold, I don't like to do anything but like sleep. And I'm like, I have a business to run. I can't just sleep and be inside all the time. So we're going to start with an experience that I had the other day. And, I watched a really disturbing video. There was this dude on Periscope that was, somebody had posted his video on, it's making me uncomfortable talking about it because I could feel his soul came to me and he had about 5 or 6 attachments, and I know that they sacrificed him and they had 6 attachments. His soul is going through a lot right now. And I'll deal with that on my own time, though. I have to release him from those. But this dude was exposing the DS. If you guys don't know what that means, you better get with it with some pizza-type conversation. And he was exposing it really hard, and he was probably like a B or C list actor. And I watched his last video. Someone had posted it on YouTube. I don't know. You know when you go down the YouTube rabbit hole, you could end up anywhere. And his soul came to me yesterday. And I was like, holy shit. He got fucked up. And I had to tell him to leave because I was too tired. I was like, bro, I'm going to help you, but give me a sec. I might help him right after this. I feel like I should just bring him on and help him. Actually, yeah, let's just help him now, guys. Okay. Come on, you. I release all the attachments on this soul. Leave now and never return, never come back. This is no longer your soul. The Great Mother claims this as her own. Leave now, never come back. This is no longer your soul. The Great Mother claims this soul as her own. Leave now and never come back. This is no longer your soul. I ordain the Christ light to come in to cleanse his soul and bring him back into harmony and balance. And then we're going to send him. Archangel Raphael, please come in your truest form. Hi, my brother. Clear off the rest of the attachments. Clear his soul of all attachments and elements. Everything that's not of him. And bring back his fragments and clear those as well. Thank you. Oh, thank you to the few people who are helping me out with this. I can feel you guys existing. It feels like your hands are on my hands. Thank you. I can feel Joe. I already know. He's like, I got you. Exposing the DS. I stay focused. He had a lot of trauma before he passed. He was chained up and tortured. Poor baby. Raped repeatedly. It's okay, baby. I know you were hurt. You don't have to blame yourself anymore. It's okay, my love. I love you. Come back home. I love you. Come back home. I'm always going to be calling to you. You forgot my face. You forgot my love. I could have protected you in those dark times. I love you. Come back home. Thank you. Raphael take him to where he needs to go for healing, please. Archangel Michael, destroy the last remnants of those archonic entities. Our brother's safe now. He's going to get a lot of healing. Thank you. And I'm just going to send out some energy for protection for all of those who are being so brave at this time. Okay, thank you. All right, wasn't expecting to do all that. Yeah, Elijah knows who it was. It was him. I forgot his name. I don't even know. Elijah be on point. You be knowing, dog. But he was definitely, that was really, he really came home. That was really beautiful. It's just that if I sat here and talked to y'all and I didn't help him and his soul, it wouldn't sit right with me. So that has to get done. These things need to be done first sometimes. You know what I mean? Yeah. Message Elijah after. I found it by accident. Thank you, Joe. I found it completely. I think it was Kappy. I don't want to really. Thank you, Shay. Yeah, I saw everything he went through. They got him. They got him. They kept him alive for a while too. They fucked him up, poor guy. He was scared, but he had a big heart. He just didn't know how to ask for divine protection while he was doing what he was doing. And he didn't know about magic or anything like that, and he just was acting completely on his human will. He was a real one, and he was doing all that shit on Periscope. Okay, so that was fun. Thank you guys for being here, and thank you for just supporting the rescuing of this amazing soul that suffered a lot. Many souls have suffered on this planet, and it's really hard when you can feel all of them. So much pain. I gotta take a second and ground myself. It's hard when you can hear the screams of the children underground and feel all of their fear. A lot has happened on this planet. And a lot of this needs to be cleansed. And crying is a form of cleansing. So, which is why when I cry. And I don't feel bad about it, you know. Just when it's about my personal stuff. But, yeah. A lot of us that are empaths can feel the pain. And this is why we'll have an off day, or we won't know what's wrong, or we'll cry for no reason and won't know why we're sad. And it'll have nothing to do with us. It's that you're tapping into the collective pain that exists in this realm, and it's all coming to the surface now. That's true. When one suffers, yeah, this live will be on my it'll be on my YouTube. When one suffers, we all suffer. When one person suffers, we all suffer, because we're all one at the end of the day. And this is why I value each and every one of you, and I value our unique perspectives. It's very important that each of you claims your sovereignty and chooses to just express yourself as uniquely as possible. Yeah, it is harsh, and I've been feeling it. I've been able to feel this stuff for a long time, from the torture of my ancestors to in my cells. When they're in your cells, it's worse, because then you have to heal them and transmute the energy out. But from there to the soul of the planet and her pain, and It's a lot of pain out there, but we're gonna get through it, and the world is gonna get better for all of us. So I guess, you know what, I was gonna start with the astral body abduction, but you know what, we'll start with the since this is sort of leading into we'll lead back into that. But there is a we'll start with the good. I wrote some notes down so I can keep myself ordered. We'll start with the good bad paradigm. A lot of more conservative news, alternative news, and even the mainstream media and stuff. The goal is always to divide us. And we're not, it's a deeper psychological and spiritual operation, because to divide, to hate anyone is to hate ourselves. We can hate the action. We can absolutely always hate the action. And there are some beings here that just simply don't have souls. So they don't care. I'm a Capricorn. Today's my birthday. That's why I left my CashApp if anybody wants to throw a little happy birthday donation. So this good-bad paradigm, what it does is it divides the self. And, you know, I had about a 3 or 4 hour meditation today. I really took some time to just ground and center myself. And I do my meditations where I sage my whole space. I sage my whole body. I clear the energy in my space, and then I will sit and meditate, and then I'll actually also lay down and meditate. So I'll clear energy, and then I'm pulling energy in as well. My meditations are very complex. So this good bad paradigm that we're experiencing, it can make you very schizophrenic. And as the frequency is becoming higher this year, because if you do look, the solar flare activity is off the charts, which is why they're trying to build that thing to dim the sun, which is just stupid, because one solar flare will destroy that in like 5 seconds. It's kind of ridiculous. So basically what we're dealing with now with this good bad paradigm and the deep divide, not so much in spiritual communities, when we hate someone, I mean really hate them, really hate an aspect of them, even hating, I was explaining this to a friend today, even hating certain aspects of the reality. So I mean, like cockroaches and mosquitoes and bugs and dirty things and trap houses. Even if you hate that environment, I mean, hey, like, there's a lot of horrible things in the world that you can hate. You can be like, that's dirty, that's disgusting, that's beneath me. And as spiritualists and as people who are, you know, seekers, we're seekers, we really are. We're seeking ourselves. Part of releasing our ego is going to be embracing the things that we hate. Not on a, I mean, you can go extreme and like make cockroaches your friend and like, you know, walk into a fucking marsh and just love the mosquitoes. But it's really on an energetic level, taking those things that we find disgusting in this reality and becoming one with them. Now, I don't mean disgusting acts. I mean the things in the reality. I don't mean disgusting acts, and I'm just talking about the things that would be considered a decay. Like, for example, how shit, for example, or how the leaves in the fall to the ground, and as they decompose, they nourish the earth for the next cycle. Those kinds of things. I'm talking about integrating that aspect, and so that would be part of that good bad paradigm. So it's integrating that aspect into the self so that we learn not to hate ourselves. We have things that we've done that we're not proud of. A lot of us have things that we've done that maybe just are just super embarrassing. Like one time I got drunk and I pissed all over this couch. That's fucking embarrassing. I'll still talk about it because I don't care. But that's embarrassing. And my ex-boyfriend walks in with his best friend and I pissed on the couch and I'm drunk and I just like passed out. This was years ago. And I'm like, what? It's my house. Like, and then he's like, what happened? And I'm like, what? It's my house. Like, with a big box of pizza and like wings in front of me. So, and I'm like, had to change my clothes after that. And I guess he cleaned up the couch. I really don't remember. I went to sleep after that. But that's embarrassing, right? So that's something that a lot of people will be like, man, I hate that I did that. Or a lot of women will be like, oh man, I got drunk and I slept with this loser. I hate that I did that. Or I got drunk and I threw up all over the place. So fucking embarrassing. I mean, who hasn't thrown up all over the place at one point or another in life? Or I got high or whatever with the wrong person, or I trusted the wrong person, or I compromised my values. All that stuff still led you, and Jankna, all that stuff still led you to the path that you're on today, right? And it still created within you an ability to perceive yourself as this beautiful, multidimensional being. So this is about getting into the muddy brown, right? Because a lotus flower comes up as this beautiful sign of just hope out of these muddy waters. So when you're coming up out of the mud, you're clearing away all those filters to reveal the lotus that you truly are, the soul that sits in the center of it all. So I realized that today, and first step was releasing my ego, which aspects of the ego, so this brings us into the next thing. I had some nurturing love before, compromised my values. Yeah, a lot of us have been through that. Okay. So then we're going to talk about the childlike ego constructs. So so who you really are and your soul is under many filters. I would definitely say that it's under many layers. Kind of like how I got layers of clothes on right now. Can't really feel myself as much. But if I take them all off and walk around naked, you know what? I'm going to feel everything. I'm going to be fucking cold, but I'm going to feel every little thing. So it's really realizing that this vessel that I'm operating in and through is truly not who I am. And this personality that I've created, what has in the environment has influenced the creation of this false personality. Because we all have moments where we're really being ourselves. And it's dope. And you're just like, I love myself. You just feel it. You know what I mean? No, the child self is not who you are. The child self is only an aspect. It's just the closest thing to source before you go further back than that. So basically what ends up happening is, sorry, I have to focus my energy really quick. Somebody's trying to attach to my energy body. You guys gotta stop being vampires on here, seriously. I can feel all of you, you know that, right? Walking around nude most of the day. I don't know if I'd call that a guilty pleasure. It just sounds like a regular pleasure. We're just gonna start a thing. Since we can't have freedom of speech anymore, we're just gonna walk around naked. Fuck it. At least I can have freedom of my body. So basically we create these layers or these filters, and we say, this is what I am, this is who I am, this is what I am. And we're constantly evolving and experiencing different things in life, and we notice that yes, the core of who you are is always the same, because your soul has chosen to experience the reality from a certain perspective, and that's uniquely your perspective. But even that is just the way the soul has composed itself in order to view the reality a certain way and to have a certain experience, because everything is based truly on perception. But how many times in life, I mean, you're not the same person that you were at 15, so who was that person? you're not the same person that you were at 4. So who is that person? Who are these different people that you become? Chameleon? And as we go through these realities in life, you start to realize that you're a liar. All those filters, you're just a liar. You're lying to yourself about who you really are, and it's time to destroy your humanity and your false ego construct. Now, I don't think the ego is bad. Ego just means I. It's you existing as an individual soul. That's divine. But all these restrictions and judgments and things that you put on yourself, that's the false ego. How you tell yourself you can't do this or can't do that, or you're not good enough, or how you tell yourself that you are this and your identity is tied to this like one thing when you can be so many things and experience so many things. Those limitations that you're placing on yourself are truly of the false ego construct. So as I was doing this meditation, it was like I could literally feel it like a construct. It was like a jungle gym. Or you remember, yeah, it was like a jungle gym, or like the metal ones, the big ones that were like domes and stuff. We had one like that when I was a kid on the playground, and it was almost like this dome or this construct was an overlay. So I'm like this, and I pull the overlay. Now, I created this overlay myself organically because your ego never wants to die, so you got to pull it off. You got to pull it off. And it was my way of feeling safe, of being able to feel safe in my body, and being able to act like I know the reality, when the reality, and every day there's a surprise. Every day there's something new that's happening. And so I went back to the 2-year-old self when the concept of me and I was first forming. And what I learned about myself through that time was that, for me personally anyway, all efforts to create an inauthentic personality. So creating the personality is when you have to stop and think about what your response is, instead of just saying what you feel genuinely. Now, you might want to stop because you might be considering the other person's feelings, and you might want to soften the blow depending on, how they're operating in the reality. But the false self is constantly questioning themselves instead of just going with the flow and existing in a more primordial state, just experiencing, just existing, just flow, existing, being. That's what you truly are. And when you're in the flow, you're just in it. And I'm sure everybody at some point or another in life, in some space and place, has had that experience of just, wow. And you're not even thinking about the experience that you're having. You're just in it. You know what I mean? So all efforts to create an inauthentic personality and ego comes from trauma. So my core 2 traumas. One of them was like, not an anger, of like a resentment almost. I guess I was just mad that I was born. I was like, fucking bullshit, why am I here? But it was a resentment trauma, and I really never liked my mom. Like, even when I was in the womb, I remember being in the womb like 6 months in there and being conscious, and I was like, who is this bitch? Like, literally, I remember having those thoughts. I had to go back in meditation, obviously, to have those, but I love my mom, really, I do. But it's just I was not born yet, so I didn't know who she was. I was just getting to know her, and I was just kind of like not liking her frequency. Let me think about this other one. So the second core trauma was this feisty fieriness in the core, which is, there's nothing wrong with that, but that feistiness was a way of me protecting my body and protecting myself, because I went through trauma as young as 6 months old. So yeah, honestly bringing it back so I can recall it more clearly, because it was such a profound thing to learn that some of our core traumas are what actually created the false construct of our ego, or our personality is really a better way to put it. The personality that you so carefully crafted that you think everybody needs to know you by. And that personality is, it's a lie. It changes all the time. Who you are right here, that doesn't change, right? You're always expressing this right here, especially when your heart is open. But everything around it and all these filters you put around it and how you don't trust yourself and how you don't love yourself and how you're so stressed out and how life is so crazy and all these things keep happening to you, stop. All that around you, let it go, because it's not you. It's not you. It's fear. It's fear. It's anxiety. It's not being able to face the self and do the shadow work because you're afraid of what you might find. You're afraid that you might hate yourself. And I understand that feeling. And you won't hate yourself. Just be brave and just go within. You're going to find that you'll have more things about yourself that you love, way more than what you hate. Okay. So now we're going to get into the next part. Well, the conversation was leading here, so I figured I'd get that out of the way first. And then we'll go into the, we'll talk about astral body abduction now. So I had this, so I'm sitting here watching the Terminator, because Spirit says, watch the Terminator. And one thing I saw that was really interesting was the blue electricity is what brought them into this reality. And then I remember the blue electricity thing that happened in New York. And I was like, that was interesting. And I know some stuff about that you guys don't know. And I'm kind of like, I wonder if they opened a portal, a time portal, a wormhole or something. And then I was doing a lot of like research on time travel and stuff like that. So I was just like, interesting shit, interesting stuff. And then the thing that happened in Tennessee, and it was just a lot of interesting shit that had me kind of like, I wonder. So I'm watching the fucking Terminator, and I see these 4 beings with their heads were kind of like big here and small here, and they were wearing like gold, and they were kind of gold, but they were like really dirty looking gold. And they tried to like abduct my astral body, because when you're watching a movie or something, your brain gets into a theta state. But I'm not like a moron, so I'm not gonna just be like I'm watching because I want to get clues and I want to learn things. So I'm constantly breaking down. But they waited, and I wasn't meditating as much. So I promised myself that I will meditate every day for at least an hour for the next month, just to get myself back on my routine, because I usually meditate every day for hours. But the last like week I didn't, and I'm like, no, now I have to put myself on a regimen. It is what it is. And I want to start doing like more Tai Chi. I want to learn Aikido. I wish there was someone down here in New Orleans that could do Aikido with me, because I would totally go and like practice every day. I really want to learn Aikido. Such a good energy technique. So they were these 4 beings, and they had like, it was like up to here, and they were like gold, but it was like plasticky looking and kind of like weird. And then their heads were like this, and the chin was small, and their faces were kind of like lumpy, and their faces were even gold, but they looked mean, and their fingers were like really long, right? And I literally feel, where did this, there's like nothing dirty in here. I don't know how this dirt got under this one nail, but anyway, oh, it's because I was doing the yeah, and this is all a mess right now because I just did that candle, which I have to do another one. And all of it. And I started feeling my astral body, or my energy body, being abducted or pulled out of my body. And I'm laying down on my stomach, like I literally laying down on my stomach, literally right here. And I had my phone like propped up, and I'm watching this movie. And I turn around and I go, what the fuck are you doing? I get to yell at spirits here all the time. Like, The city is no joke. You will constantly be yelling at spirits. And they looked at me like this, and I'm like, get the fuck off of me, go away. And then they just disappeared. But it was like they cut through time and space, and they created like an opening to come in, and they were trying to abduct my astral body. So I just wanted to speak on it because I think other people in dreams or when they're astral traveling may have had an astral body abduction and don't realize it. Astral traveling, you actually have to worry more about your real body than being abducted. I want to smoke a cigarette. Word. I was like, you know what? It's hitting right now. Fuck it. I don't like smoking inside, but it's cool. I do it every once in a while. It's too cold to go outside right now. So, and I'm getting my frequencies really high. So I gotta ground myself again. Cool. I feel better now. So when you astral travel, because I had somebody comment on my post the other day, and they're like, I'm just learning how to astral travel. What the fuck? Hey, what's up, Diney sis? Yes, Shay, you're psychic. Shut up. Of course you're gonna see it. You're not. You're fucking chaos queen out here. Yeah. Oh, wow, Shay. Now I can see you seeing it. Because you mentioned it in my mind. Like, I just went there and I'm like, oh, and I see you, like, beating them up. You're like, get away from her. Thank you. Fuck you guys. And that's why sometimes even in the middle of the night, I'll just wake up and start saging. I'll be like, do. And I have to command spirits to leave because a lot of spirits walk through here. I see, like, there'll be no, I won't have incense burning. I'll be watching something on my laptop or working on something or pulling some tarot cards or something, and I'll literally see smoke walking by. Like, I see spirits all day. It's the most craziest shit ever. Now, I was getting a good vibration going because in my meditation today, I started seeing the gold. It's not like a gold orb. It looks almost like it's fizzling out. So it's like, like that, like that, and it's like gold. And I get those sometimes. Those are my favorite. And I don't know if I'm opening portals or something or if I'm like creating it, but I'm like, this is so fucking cool. Those are my favorite. I like the gold little that pops up. How would you know if someone stole yours though? Because I may have had mine stolen. What's your message? Okay, so I don't really astral travel. I just kind of like go. I can pull souls into my body. And I used to do energy work that way, but I stopped because I didn't like the effect that it had on my clients. It was with some people that I knew since I was like this big, like really, really close friends. So the soul, when someone else's soul comes in my body and I'm doing energy work on them, I will pull my soul up a little bit from the back and then I bring theirs in through the front. That's a very advanced technique though. And a lot of you will, though your crown chakras are not even big enough to do it, honestly. And you don't have enough control. So you have to learn more control. Gotta learn how to focus, gotta meditate. And you don't want to do it anyway, because their inner child, if they, or an aspect of them, or if they have attachments and stuff, it'll cling on to you. It's very effective for healing, but it will, it's a lot to get that person out of your body after that. And you have to sage, and you have to know how to clear, and all this other stuff. So before you astral travel, make sure that you just set an intention or put an aura. I usually use the color gray because I feel like it's very protective. So I'll imagine like a gray shield or a gray like dome that's made of like titanium or something. You imagine that over your body. Oh, the Fae tried to, changelings. They tried to changelings. Ah, fuck them. I got my fairy cards out too. They kind of like, we heard you. I love you guys. I don't fuck with the changelings like that though. 'Cause they fucking steal babies and switch them out. And then but those babies, when they do changelings, they typically die pretty early. The actual person. So what you had was probably the dark fae, because the dark fae, they kind of like really primordial and they really don't know what they're doing. So you kind of have to like tell them no and create boundaries with them. So with the changelings, you want to, I mean with the, I don't know, changelings keeps coming up, but with the fae, you always want to set boundaries because nature is wild. It just does what it wants to do. It's more wild than you are. Trust me, you are a lot more domesticated than nature. So a lot of people have experienced lost time. And so sorry, let me get back to this. So with the astral body, you want to create a shield. And then you can come up out that shield, but it's just to protect your body so that nothing can go in and try and take over or attach to your body while you're gone. You know what I mean? You just want to create a shield around the body. Back of your body too, back of the chakra is really important. You can do it around your whole bed. And so you can go out, but you almost make it like a cell wall where your cells and your cells in your body will have a layer around them so that they can let certain things in, but they won't let everything in. So one thing, that's what you want to do. And then like remote viewing, you can pull your soul up out the top of your head and go up and view what's around you. One of my exes used remote viewing when we got lost in these fucking massive woods. We got totally lost. We totally went off the trail, that's why. And we went on a fucking adventure. My fault, as usual. Because I'm like, adventure time. So you can go all the way up, look around, see where you're at, and then you'll know where to go. And you can just choose to allow an aspect of, so instead of letting your whole soul just go, you can just choose, like what I typically do is I'll keep myself grounded and I'll allow my consciousness to just go wherever I want to go. So like before I came to New Orleans, like when you want to move, this is a really good technique. If you want to move somewhere new, you have to cut the cord with where you're at first. Because you have a connection or cord to the area that grounds you there. So what you want to do, red and black, the word I heard was guide. That's beautiful. Yes. So Joe knows how to remote view. You can read fucking government documents. You can do, I can't say too much on here, but you can do a lot of shit with remote viewing. That's like ill shit. And you can go see fucking anything with remote viewing. And they see in the military, if you ever saw Third Eye Spies, really good movie. I recommend you see it. And the government, they teach a form of remote viewing where they don't want you to hear anything, or they don't want you to be able to read documents and stuff, because then you become too dangerous. But you can listen to shit, you can pull shit up, look at shit. Oh, what the fuck y'all doing over here? But remember, they have remote viewers for you too, which is why we spit the liquor. Because like Bobby Hemmitt said, when you spit the liquor, call in the four winds, call in your gods and goddesses, even if you're just calling in your higher self, it creates a form of protection for you. You're the primordial being. You have the power, so you control the reality, especially your own reality from your own perspective. You have the power. You have the power to block everything else out. So no matter how down you feel or how much you feel like people are getting on your nerves, whatever, you're allowing that. Create those fucking boundaries. Use this fucking Saturn energy we got right now. It's a good energy. Saturn's a great energy for learning boundaries. Look, see my spirit guides in the smoke. So then while you're sleeping and stuff, a lot of them will try and abduct your astral body and conduct experiments and see where your frequency is at. I'm getting all these downloads right now from Spirit. She's telling me. I'm seeing what they're doing, and the main thing that they're looking for, we're getting a download right now, the main thing that they're looking for is to see where your frequency is at and see if you have any major traumas. They do the pop-up book technique where they lay you on this table. It's an energy table. So they'll lay the astral body on this energy table. Some of you have had this experience, and I'm sorry that I'm bringing this is going to jar your memory. You're going to remember. They lay you on the table, and they use different frequencies. So they'll use a frequency, and like an image will come up of the pain or the trauma, whatever you went through, and they're studying that. Oh, they have trauma here. They have trauma here. They have trauma, but they're not healing it. They're studying you because they want to use you. And then they'll go, okay, where's their frequency? Oh shit, this one has a crazy big frequency. Oh shit, this one's gonna change the world. And then they'll try and look into your timelines too. Spirit blocks them from looking into all your timelines or looking into your highest timelines. So they're gonna try, and they're really blocked now more than ever. So Spirit will try and they'll try and like hack it. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much technology they have. You're the source. You're the source. You are the source, right? You are the mother. The mother is you. Take that and run it to the bank. You're the source. Nothing, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Whether it be spiritual, whether it be physical. You're fucking Neo in the Matrix. You're the one, okay? You're fucking Trinity. You're the triple black darkness. You're that motherfucker. You're that primordial entity. It's you. So claim that. Claim your sovereignty. Claim what you are. And a lot of these, I noticed especially a lot of people that are on a certain frequency, they tend to be like thinking that everything is evil. Bro, it's fear. It's fear. And then people who are very sensitive and have like a low consciousness or a low wisdom, or later born souls that might come from like a 4D, 5D, 6D, 7D. So they're not in tune with 8 or 9, or they're learning 8 or 9D, but it depends what dimension you were born out of or fell from, I guess you could say, because we really are falling stars. We're shooting stars. Those types of people tend to be very finicky, and they don't know how to discern between the dirty darkness that's infringement, and then the darkness that is, triple blackness, right? Lord of the Perfect Black. I do Shiva because Shiva is also Osiris, or Osar. Another form of that. Hush, he started talking. I'm like, hush, boy. So yeah, that's something that you want to look out for too. Now, lost time. I've had lost time when I was a kid. I knew something happened in between. And then what you can do, if you have a memory that you can't remember, but you know you had lost time, go back to the moment in your mind when you woke up. And then you can go and like remote view from above. You can review it from like your 4 or 5D self. You can go and watch what happened to you like a movie. And then you'll be able to see what happened, where you went, who took you. I had lost time like that when I was a kid, and I swore, I was like, bro, I think I got abducted or something. And even though it seemed like I was just fell asleep watching a movie, it really felt like I lost 2 weeks of time. And I didn't tell my family because I already knew they didn't believe me when I told them I could see spirits and I could talk to trees and I could do all this shit. Since I was a kid, my family would be like, oh, you're crazy. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about, or whatever. And I'm like, no, the trees are alive and they're wise and they have so many stories. And they were like, you don't know what you're talking about, whatever. And everybody would laugh at me. So I already knew at that early age I was like, they're dumb. They don't know. So I'm not going to tell them anything anymore. But I knew that something was wrong. Then when my parents were getting divorced when I was about 13, I went to Jersey City. I stayed with my cousin there a couple weeks over the summer. And I had this crazy dream, but it was so real. And it was like these, and sometimes it's not even like aliens. What it is the government actually is coming in and doing things. So you have to discern whether these are actual aliens or whether it's actually the government with their little secret programs, tampering and shit. So I remember everybody was frozen. Like we had like sleep paralysis. And I used to get sleep paralysis a lot until I defeated these entities that would attack me all the time. And I defeated them. I did it. Proud of myself. And what happened was they came in, they had these white suits on. They like had these, they had to be government this time. But I remember hearing a like a spaceship was coming through. But I had this low humming noise through the neighborhood. So they must have froze everything on that block, because nobody else saw it. And I remember everybody in the house was soundly asleep, and I was conscious of what was happening, and I was trying to wake everyone up, and it was like we all got abducted like together, and then all got put back. So they had ran some experiments. I don't think they could take me. No. From what I'm seeing right now, see, I bring these stuff back because it's important to remember everything. From what I can see, is that spirit made my body like really heavy, almost like a rock. And they kept trying to pull me out of bed, and it was like I was stuck. So they were like, oh, I guess whatever, it doesn't matter. And they left me there. No, they didn't leave me. They did everybody else, and they tried to run tests on me while I was there. They ran a couple, but they couldn't take me. I had too much consciousness. They couldn't take me. They couldn't take my cousin either. I think I put a shield over her. And then they just left. And then my cousin, I woke my cousin up the next day, and I told her about it. I was like, bro, I think there was like aliens or something here yesterday. She was like, what happened? I was like, I had this dream. She was like, I had the same dream. I was like, oh shit, it's real. Oh yeah, remote viewing's pretty easy. Have so much lost time. Yeah, and you guys deserve your memories. I was watching this David Wilcock thing, and he was interviewing an insider, and they said that they put these metallic things in your wrist to block your memory, so you can do energy work on your wrist and like slowly pull them out. And you can go here like this and like just pull them out. And even though you would think that it doesn't work on the physical, it does. Eventually it does, because I've literally taken away people's bruising and taken pain out of people's bodies. So I know this energy work shit works. But at the least, if it's going to stay in there, it'll eventually dissolve over time, but you can start making it ineffective and not work anymore. So you just go in and you just, and then anywhere else you feel. They do a lot of affriendments. Oh, it was Vanessa. So they do a lot, Vanessa and them that are over in Jersey City. Well, they were. So they do a lot of affringements on the back of the neck to stop your kundalini from rising. So you imagine it like a pin, right? And like you're just pulling the pin out. And then that'll help some of you guys that are having issues where your kundalini keeps getting blocked at the 33rd vertebrae, right? You see how they do it? No, you can't be beyond the 33rd degree. And I won't say the name, but you know what I mean. And then you just pull it out, and then you can explode at the crown and the third eye and just feel bliss. Bliss is like the best thing ever. And some of these breathing techniques will, like the meditation we did in the beginning, if you do that back and forth like that, to balance the masculine and feminine within the self, I was starting to get so much bliss, and I was like, man, I was getting blissed out. Oh, if you have a lot of sexual energy in like your genital area, you can do a meditation and like pull that energy up to the heart, and it feels so good. It's like why didn't I think of this before? And then you can go ahead and be balanced and get creative, and you have all this energy all of a sudden. So that's some stuff with the non-physical entities, lost time. So let's talk about UFOs. So I've never seen the UFOs. I've seen Black Hawks, helicopters. I've seen jets that are all black that fly really low, lower than the tree level sometime, like stalking my house. I've seen all kinds of shit. I've seen what I call them traveling stars, but I think they might be angels, because you'll see a star in the sky and it'll float just like this, like really slow, and like just go, and you're just like, now you have to be in a certain childlike state to view that, because your frequency dictates what you can and can't see in the reality. So when you're in this childlike open state, you know, just imagine what it's like being on like psychedelics or something, but when you're just coming off of them, or if you've ever done microdosing or know anyone, ask them what that's like. We both seen the same. Oh yeah, but that was like a star too. So, and other people couldn't see it, you remember? So because these things are happening, and then you'll see them, I always considered them like angels. Now before I moved to Tennessee, it was like it was like 3 nights before, because I was in Tennessee before I was in New Orleans. So it was like, I don't know why this just got so dark. That's so weird. It was like 3 nights before. It was still warm out, and I'm on my laptop getting busy. When it's warm, I get busy. I move. Oh, you see, guys, they're fucking with my shit already? Good times, good times. I see you, Facebook. Relax. Stop fucking up my live. So, there was a fleet of like 20 or 30 of them coming over my head, and I was like, bro, it's like an inauguration at this bitch. Like, what the fuck is happening? Nobody else could see them. My cousin was on the front porch. She couldn't see them. I saw them. I was just sitting there like looking up like fucking crazy. 15, 20 of them. All going in the same direction. And they were all in these little different groups. Man, it was like crazy. I've seen them here. I've seen them almost every state I've been in. I've been able to see them. But it happens when your frequency is at a certain level. You can start to see these types of anomalies in the sky. And I noticed that since the frequency got higher, more people will see it, where they'll see just a light going across the sky like this. You know, when you start talking about the real shit, they want to fuck up my fucking stream. So you'll see it going across the sky like this, or you'll see it going across the sky like this, and you'll be like, what the fuck is that? I've seen mermaids before too. Real ones, I swear. That was cool. That was really cool. Because you can, and I've heard elves sing. I've heard, oh man, the shit that I've seen in nature is like, you guys would be like, what kind of psychedelic reality, bitch? And I'd be like, bro, I just drink water and coffee and smoke cigarettes. I don't fucking know. It's just my life. So some of these beings are interdimensional beings, where you'll see the star go like this, and then it'll hide and fold into space. They can actually fold into space. Yeah, they kind of do. Well, what the mermaid did was, I could sense her, so I started singing to them as an offering. This is what I do this a lot with the ocean. I'll sing the wind, fire. If you can sing and chant with the fire, you can put it out with your hands. So I'll sing as an offering to nature. She said, fuck you, Facebook. See, correlate. Yes, it actually is going to, yes, it does correlate with your personal vibration. So you have to be open, first of all, to the experience. You have to be open. You have to have very little false ego constructs. Like, you can't think that you're special for seeing this. Like, I know I'm not special. I know that as long as I could be with any one of you, and if your vibration is right and my vibration is right, and say we're just sitting there and we're meditating and we're just working on some stuff, and then we're like, cool, we're in a good mood, everything is cool, and we go for a walk, we'll both see it. And if my vibration's a little low, I might not see it, but you might see it. Or we might even see two different things, because your frequency, first of all, your frequency, when you're time traveling, time is a frequency. So like I said, time has a feel. So when you want to go to a certain time, you want to have a certain feeling, and then you can go there because you can resonate with it. So when you want to experience a certain thing, you have to resonate with a certain frequency. And the reason why spirit will shut you down from seeing stuff is because you're not ready, because your ego is too, you think you're all special and shit, when you realize that it's just like everybody can do this, they just don't know yet. So then now that you learned something, now it's your job to go out and teach other people. Who the fuck wants to go and see and do all this stuff by themselves? Like, for real. Like, I want to go out with any one of you and we're fucking going for a walk in the woods and I want to have a magical experience with my fucking friends. I don't want to just do this shit by myself forever. You know what I mean? It's way more fun when you have your soul family with you and when you guys are just like fucking vibing and shit is happening and it's just like amazing. It's way more fun. So interdimensional beings, you'll also notice a certain star follows you everywhere you go. And some of them are like aspects of archangels and stuff. Yeah, they are magical, but you're magical. It blocked my live. My live is still up. It tried to block my live. I'm not talking about anything, so they can suck my, you know. So when you're dealing with interdimensional beings, these are beings that have mastered the Sifra. That's what I could say about them. That's the first. This must be Bobby Hemmitt coming through, because you know Bobby Hemmitt will come through sometimes and just talk. Because I just heard they mastered the Sifra, like the way he talks. I'm like, okay, Bobby, I hear you. Thanks, homie, for the alley-oop. He gave me the layup. And so since they mastered the Sifra, they can go up and down the every frequency and vibration. They also can fold into time. They can fold into dimensions and space. So they have this really amazing ability to go invisible and still be able to view. And then the way that they do it, it's really hard to catch them sometimes. A lot of fairies and stuff have this ability, but it's really hard to catch them sometimes because they'll be so far out of your consciousness, or they're just so on a different frequency and it's so subtle that you have to be very adept to be like, hey, like when I told you guys about Shadow, he's an interdimensional being and he has the ability to fold into space, and it's almost like he disappears from your consciousness, except that I'm everything. So I was like, bro, I still see you. But he almost got me though. He's like, oh, I don't want you to see me. And he's folded in a different space now and is creating the illusion of being disappeared, you know, while he was puppeteering. So I'm able to see stars at night now. Before, the sky was just pure black. That is beautiful. So then you see what I'm saying, how we deal with different frequencies and stuff. Alright, so that was pretty much everything I had to talk about. This was pretty fun. Oh, trauma. Okay. Any questions before I go? Oh, and if anybody wants to leave a donation for my B-Day, you know, CashApp's pinned there. But or if you guys just want to leave a tip because you enjoyed the information, that's cool too. Any questions before I go though? Like, do you guys have any questions about your astral body? Do you have any questions about raising your consciousness? I might come back live. I'm in a talking mood, so I don't know. Yeah, I'm feeling like I might be back on live. Seems like a plan. So I'll give you guys just a couple minutes and then I'm gonna cut out. And I gotta put this live up. Why is it that I only see the outline of Fae beings? Will you do a Thoth channel again? When Thoth calls me to do it, I'll do it. I like doing the Thoth channels too. I need a desk, for real. I gotta go get a desk or something. Well, I think the thing is that we focus too much on seeing with our eyes and not seeing with the mind first. So the fact that you can see that in the physical is actually very advanced, but just see with your mind. Raising and just meditate the intention of, yes, pulling it out. Hit me with an invite if so. Got you. Yeah, I think I'm going to definitely come back on. So, alright guys, I don't see any more questions. You guys like the Thoth channeling. Thoth hasn't come through with another message or anything, but when he does, thank you, Geppetto. Appreciate you. When he does, I'll be ready. I gotta get me another blue dress for him. You know how he is. He likes you to dress a certain way. Yeah, maybe I'll do a little channel the Great Mother, bring her in. We'll do like a tarot reading with her. See what messages she has for us and stuff. I wanted to do that like the last Tuesday or something. The energy was off all week for me though. I'm just getting back to like, you know. So I love you guys. Love you. Talk to you soon. Peace.